Little mini movie. Was that the Surface? Oh, it's the iPad. They made it seem like another company was going to be using the M1 chip.
That's right. The M1 chip is not just in the Mac, it's now in iPad Pro, and it's going to blow you away. iPad Pro has always used turbocharged versions of our A-series chips to deliver a powerful and responsive experience that's years ahead of anything else. M1 continues that momentum by taking it to an entirely new level, with a big jump in performance to run powerful apps and drive
All
a
that
performance ecosystem.
just for iPad to
For
get the M1.
to fit into its
Like,
incredibly
we
thin,
expect
light design
the iPad to have the
requires
M1.
power efficiency that's way beyond just being better. It has to be amazing, and M1 delivers. And because M1 shares the same fundamental architecture of A-series chips, iPad OS is already built to take full advantage of its powerful technology. The next level performance that M1 unlocks on iPad Pro starts with its powerful CPU. Built around the world's fastest CPU core in low-power silicon, the 8-core design of M1 delivers a whopping 50% jump over the industry-leading performance of the previous iPad Pro. What's amazing is that compared to the first-generation iPad, this iPad Pro now delivers up to 75 times faster CPU.
I really want to know if there's any update to the watch.
No wonder apps are pushing the limits of what's possible on iPad. From blazing performance for vector and raster tools in Affinity Designer, to rendering the most detailed designs with Shaper 3D.
They've been showing the watch a lot.
To adding complex effects to 4K videos in LumaFusion. iPad's expansive display comes bursting to life with M1's amazing graphics performance. The 8-core GPU is in a class of its own, delivering up to 40% faster graphics performance. Again, compared to the first-generation iPad, get ready for this. The graphics of this new iPad Pro is now over 1,500 times faster. That's just ridiculous. So painting with watercolors and oils in Adobe Fresco look and feel like the real thing. And you can bring the most intricate AR models into the real world with JigSpace. You can also play the latest games with console-quality graphics at super high frame rates.
Psych.
This raw performance, along with the ProMotion display, 4 speakers, and now support for the latest PlayStation or Xbox game controllers with haptics, makes playing games on iPad Pro insanely fun. With this combination of CPU and graphics performance, the new iPad Pro is, yet again, the fastest device of its kind. It's not even close. But it's bigger than that, because powerful custom technologies like our latest 16-core Apple Neural Engine, advanced image signal processor, and unified high-bandwidth memory architecture make iPad Pro more capable than ever. And the industry-leading power efficiency of M1 enables all of that amazing performance along with all-day battery life in the incredibly thin and light design of iPad Pro. The new iPad Pro also allows users to access their content faster than ever with up to 2 times faster storage. And for our most demanding users, a new 2 terabyte configuration gives you enormous storage capacity. So you can keep up to 60,000 ProRAW photos at your fingertips, or up to 220 hours of 4K HDR video content with you wherever you go. M1 brings much faster connectivity to iPad Pro as well. The USB-C port already supports super fast data transfers. And now, we're adding Thunderbolt with USB 4 support as well, making it the fastest, most versatile port ever on an iPad, or any other device of its kind. Not only is there 4 times more bandwidth for wired connections up to 40 gigabits per second, Thunderbolt also opens up a massive ecosystem of high-performance accessories, like super fast storage, external displays like the Pro Display XDR now at its full 6K resolution, and all connected using high-performance cables and docks. iPad Pro now fits perfectly into so many more workflows. Now, on a mobile device like iPad Pro, ultra-fast wireless connections are absolutely critical, and that's why we've added 5G to iPad Pro. Accessing files, collaborating with colleagues, and backing up data are fundamental when you're on the go. This is huge. Super fast 5G cellular connections lets users be creative and productive wherever they are. Download speeds can be as high as 3.5 gigabits per second in ideal conditions. Of course, 5G speeds will vary by carrier and region. In the US, iPad Pro also supports millimeter wave, the high-frequency version of 5G. And with this model, iPad Pro can reach up to 4 gigabits per second peak download speeds in ideal conditions. So no matter
How
where
did
your
he
work
do
takes
that?
you can live stream from wherever you are.
This is Aishwarya
Apple.
reporting from San Francisco.
First off, I want to
Got
congratulate
that
everybody.
Apple's
And
money.
you never have to miss a meeting on your way to work.
I was on mute, sorry. I want to congratulate
The blazing speeds of 5G allow you to do just
Got a
about
magic
anything,
ass boat.
just about anywhere.
Apple
And
has
there's
a
more.
teleportation
iPad's
machine.
versatility is further enhanced by its pro cameras. And to tell you more, here's Fiona.
They made a new
Customers
iPad
love
Pro if you
taking
missed it, bro.
stunning photos and videos on their iPad. And with powerful apps, these advanced cameras enable so much more, like video capture for mobile journalists and content creators, especially with the built-in studio quality mics on iPad Pro. And with the LiDAR scanner, they paved the way to completely new workflows, like motion tracking with CamTrack AR. Super accurate depth data makes going from green screen to pre-visualization on location easier than ever, and you can build that final render with greater confidence. Or how designers and architects visualize their projects with Archi, on-site at full scale, complete with people occlusion, realistic shadows, and real-time lighting. Or to simply bring your imagination to life. Check out this new version of Clips, which uses the LiDAR scanner to transform your living room into a magical space for your next video. How fun is that? And with the more powerful ISP in M1, we get Smart HDR3, where the ISP and the neural engine work together to adjust color, contrast, and noise in distinct parts of a photo. And in low light conditions, the ISP and LiDAR scanner quickly and accurately focus images and videos to capture incredible details from almost no light at all. On the front, the True Depth camera instantly and securely unlocks iPad with Face ID and takes portrait selfies, which look amazing on that large display. And now, more than ever, it plays an important role when collaborating with coworkers and connecting with family and friends. So, in the new iPad Pro, we're going to take a huge step forward by updating the True Depth camera system to include an all-new ultra-wide camera designed specifically for iPad. It features a new 12-megapixel sensor with a 122-degree field of view, which enables something really cool. And we call it Center Stage. Center Stage uses the new ultra-wide camera and machine learning to recognize and keep you in the center of the view. What's amazing is as you move around, it automatically pans to keep you in the shot, and that's not all. When others join in, it recognizes them too and zooms out to fit everyone into the view. So whether it's a whiteboarding session with coworkers or a family get-together, the experience of connecting is now more engaging than ever. So that's the new ultra-wide camera with center stage. Video calls never look so
Sheesh.
good. Now, back to Raja.
What's hard for Apple is like
iPad is a magical sheet of glass that can become anything you want it to be. And the centerpiece of that experience on iPad Pro
they
is
do
its
things that
stunning
we kind of
liquid
like
retina
expect
display,
them to do.
which features a long list of advanced display technologies, many that we've pioneered on iPad. We introduced it as the world's
So when they
most
do things,
advanced
it doesn't
mobile
feel
display.
groundbreaking.
The liquid retina display delivers nearly 4 million pixels on the 11-inch iPad Pro. Users love being able to take the most powerful iPad experience with them everywhere in a portable 1-pound design. On the immersive 12.9-inch iPad Pro, it delivers an enormous 5.6 million pixels. This is for those who want the biggest window for their creative workflows. And we have some exciting news here. We know our users are increasingly creating content with the high brightness and high contrast ratio of HDR. So, we first equipped creative users with the Pro Display XDR to view and edit their content. This amazing display delivers extremely high brightness and an extremely high contrast ratio. And now, we're going to take the next big step. We're bringing the stunning front-of-screen performance of our Pro Display XDR to our 12.9-inch iPad Pro,
Oh,
so
shit.
our users can take their XDR workflow wherever they go. This is the new Liquid Retina XDR display, and it delivers 1,000 nits of full screen brightness, a breathtaking 1,600 nits of peak brightness, and a phenomenal 1,000,000:1 contrast ratio, just like Pro Display XDR. Now, due to the ultra-thin design of iPad Pro compared to the Pro Display XDR, we had to take an entirely new approach to make this happen. So, to tell you all about it, here's Heidi.
Extreme Dynamic Range is all about delivering a visual experience that reflects what we see in the real world. This means seeing the brightest highlights along with subtle details in the darkest parts of an image. Bringing the XDR experience to iPad Pro was an enormous challenge. We had to rethink how the display creates light. So we went back to the drawing board. To achieve way higher brightness, we used an array of LEDs across the entire back of the display, similar to the Pro Display XDR. And to fit within the ultra-thin iPad Pro design, these LEDs need to be incredibly small. So we developed a mini LED, which is over 120 times smaller in volume than the previous design. And because these mini LEDs are so small, achieving extremely high brightness requires lots of them, and I mean thousands of them. In fact, there are over 10,000 LEDs that deliver XDR level brightness on that stunning 12.9-inch display. That's a massive increase over the 72 LEDs that were in the previous iPad Pro. We then grouped these mini LEDs into over 2,500 local dimming zones. So depending on the content, we can precisely adjust the brightness in each zone. The result is an extremely high 1,000,000:1 contrast ratio. The light is then shaped by a series of incredibly thin, custom-designed optical films and diffusers. And that's why this display can fit into a design that's just 6.4 millimeters thin, weighs just 1.5 pounds, and still delivers all-day battery life. So, HDR content with the finest specular highlights like galaxies and star fields is more true to life than ever. We're thrilled to deliver the XDR experience on the new iPad Pro. Back to Raja.
There's never been a display that delivers this kind of visual experience on any other mobile device. So users can now do things they could never do before. Videographers have a large XDR display they can take with them everywhere and edit true-to-life HDR content using LumaFusion. Photographers can see even more detail when editing their images right on iPad using Lightroom. And filmmakers can more confidently review and approve HDR content with Frame.io, previewing it as it's meant to be seen from anywhere on the set. And everyone can enjoy a mobile cinematic viewing and listening experience with support for HDR
Bro, when are they
video
gonna
formats like
forcefully
HDR10,
blaze it on stage?
HRG,
Facts.
and Dolby Vision. And the advanced sound system supports Dolby Atmos as well.
Imagine Tim Cook lighting a blunt with like an Apple
So
pencil.
this is our new 12.9-inch Liquid Retina XDR display with this amazing set of features
For
that
Steve.
goes beyond any display in the world. And we couldn't wait to put the new iPad Pro with all of its advanced new technologies in the hands of our developers. Check out what happened when we did.
All right.
I'm Natasha.
我叫高云峥，大家可以叫我 Bobby。
Josh. Shannon Bullock.
David William Hurd.
Professional Astro Geek.
I'm Terry Morgan. I'm from LumaFusion.
Swing Vision.
Procreate Filming Pro.
Alright, Ziggy, you ready for your big shot? Divinity Original Sin 2.
iPad.
iPad Pro.
And now the iPad Pro has an M1.
How can I put this? Awesome.
That head exploding emoji. Eureka.
When I think of M1 on the iPad, there are truly no limits to what's possible creatively.
The power that's there.
It's a monster.
We can do more. We can make bigger canvases and we can do way more with our brushes. Art has left the glass and it's now in a totally different realm.
Processing power is insane.
Happy 420, by the way. I didn't even realize it this morning. I know. Last night too.
Into notation what you just played.
I was thinking about that.
Pretty wild.
With M1, the iPad Pro can now be your tennis coach and your line judge.
It can look 100 feet across the court and
Like,
determine
we be
if the ball is
celebrating
in
420
or out.
efficiently.
For the first time, the iPad Pro allows us to take the world's densest open world RPG and put it on a device that can really be played anywhere. We never had that before.
这个是非常非常令人惊叹，在一点连之前都不能发生。
The display is
Yes, you can see the full spectrum of color. All of that is huge to us.
It kind of showcases a new level of detail with 3D that you couldn't quite see before.
It's just such a beautiful big window to be able to hold up
and zoom in and see whatever you want. Like you're controlling the Hubble Space Telescope yourself.
the biggest deal is really fast direct import with Thunderbolt. I can get my large images in Photoshop on the iPad faster than ever. And once they're in there, I can just edit in real time. We're able to do things on this new iPad Pro that we've never been able to do before.
To know that it's all there and just something that you're holding in your hand.
Fun.
How can you not be just overwhelmingly excited about that?
We are so excited.
This is going to be a big deal. You nailed it. Good job.
We're always amazed by the new capabilities our developers put in the hands of our users. Of course, you can't talk about iPad Pro and not talk about the phenomenal accessories that make it even more versatile and capable. Apple Pencil transforms iPad Pro into an immersive drawing canvas and the world's best note-taking device by far. And Scribble, now with support for 5 additional languages, allows you to write in any text field, so you never have to put Apple Pencil away. And iPad Pro supports the thin and light Smart Keyboard Folio and the Magic Keyboard with its backlit keys, integrated trackpad, and floating design. Not only is it a great typing experience, it's now also available in a gorgeous new white color. Finally, iPad Pro has been carefully designed to minimize its impact on the environment and support our overall net zero carbon goal. It uses 100% recycled aluminum for the entire enclosure and 100% recycled rare earth elements in the magnets of the speakers and enclosure. iPad Pro is also free of a long list of harmful substances. Our work here is never finished, but we're proud of the progress we've made. Even with M1 and the other incredible new technologies, the 11-inch iPad Pro still starts at just $799, and the 12.9-inch model adds the stunning Liquid Retina XDR display for just $1099, an incredible value for such an incredible device. You can order iPad Pro starting April 30th, and it'll be available in the second half of May. We're so excited about the new iPad Pro. Check this out.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is the new 11-inch and 12.9-inch iPad Pro. Both feature the breakthrough M1 chip, making each the fastest device of its kind. Thunderbolt for connection to high-performance accessories, the ultra-wide front camera with center stage, and 5G on cellular models for the fastest cellular connections possible. And in addition to all of that, the 12.9-inch model features the stunning Liquid Retina XDR display with 1600 nits of peak brightness and a 1,000,000:1 contrast ratio. This is a display you have to see to believe. This
Hey,
is
what's
the
up,
most
player?
outrageously capable and versatile iPad Pro we've ever made.
Zerx, that is
Back to John.
Zerx.
In every way, this is a giant
That was a
leap forward
fire
for iPad.
commercial.
The new iPad Pro joins the rest of our incredible lineup and pushes the iPad experience even further. iPad Pro and iMac have always delivered a best-in-class user experience, and M1 takes both to the next level with its profound impact on their design and capability. Now back to Tim.